We got it done. The plug's in. It's just an easy little plug. We used a rag, and most of the metal shavings are gone. There's a few little ones here and there.
But when we do our motor break-in and change the oil after our motor break-in, then that should get rid of any extra that's floating around in there. Should be okay.
Yeah.
So now we're ready to put the cover back on. Yep.
Anything?
Because we're all done. We got the plug in where the linkage came through. We got all of our little washers out of the bottom that used to be underneath the governor gear. We got our front plugged off and our sensor removed. So for now, that's it inside the case. The only other upgrades you can do is replace your rod, your cam, and then your valves and valve springs in this cover up here. So, but we're just doing a stage one, just a little
upgrade. Free
upgrade, yes. Yeah. Other than the parts we're going to put into the carburetor to give it a little more zing. Alright, so there's
then if you want to, you can hook some speed monitors up to that.
Yes, we're going to be hooking the RPM monitor up to that. Where our sensor used to be connected, this is no longer going to be used. Yeah. So how this works is that went out to your switch for a ground. This is your main power. So we're going to disconnect that switch altogether. Okay, and then our RPM power is going to go in here, and then we're going to remove this sensor altogether, and our ground, our other wire on our RPM gauge will hook right up to here, and it'll give us an accurate readout of the motor.
And of course, this is for one of these, so you can just look over at the monitor.
Yep, we're going to have our tach setting from these screws, so it'll be right between your steering wheel. When you're in a good zone, it'll go green, and you start getting too high RPM, it'll turn red. And you know to back out of the throttle a little bit.
Yep. Otherwise,
and that'll keep it from blowing up, right?
Yeah, completely.
So we're going to try protecting the engine the best we can.
Right. So we don't blow the engine and blow us all up. That'd be bad.
And I actually watched one of these engines blow up. Oh, wow. And it doesn't blow up like you think.
Like not a big kaboom?
No, it gets really hot, and then it goes, oh, and it bogs down, and then it dies. And then after you restart it about 2 or 3 times after it cools down, when it finally goes, it goes, and the rod goes through the block. But it doesn't like blow up.
That'd be bad if it got hot right there. Because you got the driver that's sitting like right next to it. Yeah, that wouldn't, ouch. You'd get at least a 30-degree burn.
Let's go for it. I guess we didn't have to do that. We could have just went like this, right? Yeah, here, then here, then here. It don't take much. Now, if you don't feel comfortable leaving it like that, you just come back with a wrench and make sure that they're all, nice and tight.
Imagine one was loose.
Every now and again, you might get one. That's good. All right, so now
they're so tight.
Oil's not going to leak. We can throw her back on her belly. All right. And we're going to put the plug back in because we're done turning over.
That, and then...
And we actually have a racing spark plug coming.
Okay.
And the difference in the spark plug
One's
is it doesn't have this ear. Okay, it's just a flat plug with an electrode in the middle and a cross right down the middle of it, which it gets a better ignition.
Okay, so it'll be easier to start.
Yep. Well, it'll be easier to start, and it will be able to burn the more gas that we're going to be putting in from the carburetor.
Okay.
Which is what we're going to work on right now. That's where we're at.
I want to see this thing, what this engine would look like if it were to be put in.
Yeah, we'll mock it up.
Okay.
Towards the end, but it's kind of a heavier piece, so I'm gonna have to make sure my back is definitely rested before I do that. Get
so
my back
tomorrow morning, maybe. So where is the gas tank supposed to connect?
The fittings are out of it right now.
Oh.
But,
I'm guessing that's where the gas would go in.
Here is your fuel shutoff valve, so you can turn your fuel on and off. There's going to be a plug in here.
Okay.
And then there's going to be a ventilation
that's what that
right
is?
up in here.
Yeah.
That way the tank can vent.
Okay. And then, so wait, so like you can unplug it while you're driving, just reach over and...
Well, you can turn it on and off when you got it stored in your garage. And then the other hole is actually if you were to add a second tank to the go-kart, you can run a crossover tube so they share fuel supplies.
Okay, so that if one tank runs out, the other one will still feed the regular tank.
Yep.
Okay, that's a good idea. So that you got like 2 times the gas.
Right.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good idea. Excellent. So, we're gonna put this thing in the parade for 1 year. And then we're going to sell it. And then... what?
Maybe. Actually, with me having to get back to work now, if I can't get a job, it's going to get sold sooner.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. But
that means we gotta finish it on the parade day. It might not be able to go in the parade. It might be too fast.
okay, let me get it. We already had it up here, and we will do carburetor rebuild.
Wait, which one's that? That's the little one, right?
Somebody loves me. I gotta get seated at it real quickly. Let's take a 10-minute break.
Okay.